a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. When you're up at night, busy with overthinking, she'll be going out, looking for her next victim. She's a player, out to play ya. Takes them one by one, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop.
She's a savage, savage.
She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker.
She's a savage, savage. She's a savage, savage.
Way up in the clouds, got you wrapped around her fingers. She's not scared about making your spine shiver. She's a savage, causing damage. Way up in the clouds, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. When you're up at night, busy with overthinking, she'll be going out, looking for her next victim. She's a player, out to play ya. Takes them one by one, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop.
She's a savage, savage.
She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's a heartbreaker, a heartbreaker.
She's a savage, savage. She's a savage, savage.
Way up in the clouds, got you wrapped around her fingers. She's not scared about making your spine shiver. She's a savage, causing damage. Way up in the clouds, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor. You might not see how she plays with your heart. She's looking for her next victim. She's a player, out to play ya. Take some one by one, yeah. Better put your guard up before you get let down. Better know when to stop. She's a heartbreaker, a little dangerous, running through your mind with a razor.
Before you have the regrets of because it's not showing anything up my side. And yes, so this stream is in memoriam of Quentin. I wished I had have had time on a ah. Blessings I already have. Pain and sickness. Remove all causes of imperfection and bring thy healing ministers close to me, that I may be conscious of their presence and so receive guidance and inspiration. Grant fortitude to overcome all adversity. Let me be conscious of thy strength in all times. To overcome and not teach me in to the information on some depending on the area. Go to Charlie. Yes, I saw the message about the sound, and I'm looking at all of my things, and I'm not. Let's see if we can get some special. Okay, can you hear me now? Please say yes. Please, please, please say yes. There we go. Ah. Now, Charlie, I'm sensing a little bit of heartache. A little bit of heartache. It doesn't last long. Oh, well, I actually changed the microphone I was using, so hopefully it will stay. Hopefully it will stay. Can you understand feeling tearful and emotional, Charlie? Come on. It sounds good still. Yay! Yay! I just need a yes, no from Charlie. A little bit. Yeah. I feel as if you're working so hard that you're expecting payoffs now. You're expecting that hard work to give you rewards now. There's the card that you want to see, Charlie. And I feel the hard work may not necessarily be monetary related. It could be hard work to impress somebody and it's not working. Yeah. There's a feeling of I might have to let go. And it's a feeling within yourself, Charlie, that you might have to let go. And it's letting go for protecting your own heart, for enjoying your own life. 8 of Wands. Yeah. Because while you're hanging on, you can't create your own magic. And I know, Charlie, you will go back and watch the VOD with captions. So I'm going to keep going. I feel like I am on the right track by what my guides are telling me. There's a feeling that you may have wished for the wrong thing and you're doubting yourself. It's like I've lost the will to put in effort. As I'm reading your cards, I've lost the will to put in effort, and it's on quite a few levels. Yeah, you feel defeated. 10 of Swords. Just remember, after the 10s, you start again, and you've got the Magician in the same row. So I feel life will improve, but you need to let go of the outcome. I feel there's a hanging on to a specific outcome. If you let go of the outcome, you will be able to live happily. And hopefully that resonates. You've been holding on to how it's all going to work out with one particular person, rather than focusing on your life as a total. And with the Temperance card at the top of the deck, I feel as if you're trying to create magic in too many different areas, yet with the same outcome. I don't know how to describe it. It's like you're trying to create magic across 3 different areas, yet it's with the same goal. Yeah, I feel that too. I feel not let go of them essentially, but let go of the outcome. It's like you're doing everything to get the prize, so to speak. And the prize is the outcome you've envisaged. And hopefully you can resonate with that, Charlie, because I do get a feeling like you're in hermit mode, but the indecisive kind of hermit mode. You don't know what steps to take because you're holding on to the outcome. If you let go of the outcome, as in how you see it progressing, and just progress forward, there's a happier vibe. And hopefully that makes sense, Charlie. I feel it's not entirely walking away, it's just letting go of any particular outcome. Okay, you can rewatch the VOD with the closed captions and hopefully you get what's been trying to come through, because I feel like time is standing still because nothing is getting done. If you let go of the outcome, your works, you will see progress. And it will unstick you. It's like, you know, the lotus. I've got a few flowers in my garden that only flower for a day. But a lotus stays in... Thank you, Taco, for the hydrate. I get to have some coffee. The lotus stays in the bud position for a long time, then opens up, but the open lotus is not there for very long. And I feel like once you open up, you can start seeing the progress. So hopefully that resonates, Charlie. Now, I did let Janine know. Okay, which oracle would you like, Charlie? I've got the 13th oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit. You get to choose. Vintage Wisdom. Okay. Vintage Wisdom. My 27 centimeter deck. I love it though. Okay. Now, I just have to be careful not to knock the camera off. Oh, that was quick. Thank you, guys. Peace. I feel as if there's a natural order to things and you're fighting against the natural order. And it's almost like I feel as if there is a Catholic resonance with this. And there's a desire for peace and harmony, but there's conflicting ideas. Let's see what Victoria Mosley says about this card. Peace. This classical depiction of Mary cradling the infant Jesus was chosen for its serene and timeless beauty. The quiet lake scene in the distance suggests peace, homecoming, and the simple grace of motherhood. A cascade of fragrant white jasmine, symbolizing love in Hindu culture, softly cradles the scene. Regardless of creed or culture, our need for peace is universal. And this card invites you into its sanctuary to gain insight into your current predicament. Peace is not found in calm, harmonious surroundings. Peace is a state of being which can be cultivated from within. Thoughts have the power to free or enslave the thinker. The quality of your thoughts are mirrored by your reality, in turn affecting your potential to experience real and lasting peace. One of the first steps to this journey is acceptance. So be aware of any potentially paralyzing thoughts, such as judgment or criticism. Cultivating a centered mind and body creates a platform from which to find peace. Meditation and yoga are effective tools for both, and with practice you can discipline relentless thoughts and lead the mind to the still oasis of the present moment. Through stillness, you can learn to listen with your entire being and cultivate a direct relationship with oneness, which is always peace, regardless of mortal circumstances. Another way to experience sublime peace, even amid dynamic activity, is through selfless service to others. By creating a space unencumbered by restraints of the mind and dramas of the ego, peace can breathe, contemplate, and lead you to a richer understanding of its authentic nature. In the words of Sri Chimney, if you have inner peace, nobody can force you to be a slave to outer reality. And I do think practicing gratitude can also lead to that inner peace. So, Charlie, hopefully you understand what that card means. It means don't think in advance, think in the now, the oneness of now. And I feel it relates very well to your reading. So yes, most of you may know my voice is a little bit hoarser than usual. It's because I've been talking too much. And that's what I have for you, Charlie. So yes, I feel letting go of the outcome, being in the oneness of now. So Thank you, Charlie. And Taco, you are next. Hello, Taco. I feel like either you're wanting a money-related reading or you've been breadcrumbed by someone. One of the two. It could be both. Who knows? Just let me know if that resonates, Taco. You feel like you're being breadcrumbed. Okay. I feel like being breadcrumbed, I feel like there's lustful thoughts underlying this breadcrumbing situation. It's like it happened quick. And now you're like, do I keep putting in energy to this or not? Okay. Physical attraction is super high. That's what I mean by lustful. It's like you haven't got to know this person very well, but they caught your eye and it was quick and physically you're attracted to them. You'll say no. Okay. I would say there's definite physical attraction, even though you're saying no. I actually feel whoever this is, there is a physical attraction or a physical admiration. I do feel as if you feel like you're being breadcrumbed. However, you had to attend to a matter of importance and didn't communicate. So I feel like this is two of the same things happening. It might be you that needs to reach out first, Taco. And be honest with, I'm sorry I seem to have disappeared. It's just something came up in my life that I had to handle quickly. And everything else had to be put on hold. I don't mean to say you're nothing, but I really had to deal with this one issue. Because I feel as if the other person feels breadcrumbed as well. But it could be this is why I don't like doing interpersonal, like other people in the reading, because there's too many people. It could be them that are lustful after you. The other person may be physically attracted to you. They haven't got to know you yet. I see it happening that quickly. But there was, I want to say, focus on fun. And I'm getting a theme for today's stream as I say that, because I feel as if the focus has been on the outcome. So stop focusing on outcomes, people. You never know what's going to happen. But make sure you try and have fun while you're doing it. Okay, I really feel it will have to be you that makes the next step. I get that you're not being breadcrumbed, but you're not being totally honest either. And I feel as if the other person concerned senses that. I'm going back at least 6 months. And I went on a date and I told the date I went on with that I'm flat ass broke and I don't focus on money. So let's have fun. And they took that to mean physical fun. And I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. And I laughed as if they knew the joke. Scorpio Darkness, welcome in. And thank you for doing the clips on 2 streams ago. Because my last stream was just me saying I'm really exhausted. But that's what I have for you, Taco. So yes, I feel you're going to have to make the next move. And don't focus on the outcome. Be curious in nature. Be curious in nature. Now, Janine, have you finished with your work call? Just let me know. You're welcome, Taco. And thank you for popping by early. I'm going, while I'm waiting for Janine to respond, if Janine can, I'm going to have some apple. This is my lunch. I've got an apple. And it's just after 3 o'clock here in Australia, or where I am in Australia. So it's a very late lunch. Hello, Janine. I'm just going to finish some apple. Or apple tacos with brown sugar or molasses syrup. Yum. I could see that working, Taco. Who else could see apple tacos working? You know, with a little bit of brown sugar or molasses syrup over the top. Or even maple syrup. That'd work too. No. Okay. No. Guides. Come on, get with it. I'm just telling my guides to get with it because they're confusing me a bit. A little bit. No, not Vegemite. Scorpio Darkness. Ugh. I love Vegemite on toast, but not on apples. Nah. Previous read. About a new connection in your life. See, I always stick with what my guides say. And I don't remember readings, so particularly if my guides are doing most of the message conveying, you don't even know what Vegemite is. Scorpio darkness. Vegemite is, it's a vegetable, it's a thick vegetable paste. I'm doing okay. Tice knits. I actually like that. I actually find that funny, a funny handle. So thank you. And all spots are taken at the moment, so we'll have to see where we get going. But I'm reading for Janine at the moment. My guides keep flipping me a card that shouldn't be in this deck for some reason, and I've already taken them out, but we'll see. And I feel there's a focus on an outcome, Janine. I told you there was going to be a theme to this reading. I feel you're focusing on a certain outcome. It's as if you've connected with someone and that someone came across as an old school person. And it's almost like all of a sudden they're not splitting the bill or something like that. They're not doing their half. And I want to say they may not know they're doing something wrong. Okay, Ace of Wands. Yeah. Nine of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. The standing still knight that holds on to wounded. It's like, I don't want to do this again where I've got to explain things. Oh, I mentioned those in the previous read. I can't remember the previous read. But there's a feeling like I don't want to do that again. I want somebody who knows that splitting the bill is polite. Like, the paying is polite. I feel there's a new energy now that you're attracted to somebody now. There you go. You're attracted to somebody now. I feel they may be from a different country to yourself. But you really don't want to go through the dating process again. If you don't want to get hurt again, go through the dating process. Okay, I need to go with the one that has a foreign last name or comes from a different country. You can understand the one I'm referring to. You are going to have to explain to them what you expect. Okay, as long as you can relate, Janine, I'm going to keep going. Because I really do feel as if you are going to have to explain what you see as being the right way to behave. There's definite affection. It's not the one you were hoping to hear about, though. You were hoping... With the Ace of Wands, there's something about the person that has the foreign last name that is really attractive, and I feel as if it's their skin or their hair. I feel it's something superficial. There you go. Look for green flags, not for red. Be curious, not conclusion based. And as I said, there was going to be a theme to today is let go of the outcome. Just be curious. So I feel as if you're wanting the outcome, you're wanting the label of relationship label. Instead of looking for the relationship label, be curious about who they are. Be curious about how they treat the wait staff or how they treat you when you exit a venue, for example. And I know that can be, and that is something that's had to be explained to, I'm going on the straight, me and a guy. I've actually had to explain to them that I'd rather say my goodbyes at the front of the venue than be followed to my car. I get freaked out if somebody follows me to my car, because that's giving them info that they don't yet deserve. You know, they get the registration plates or license plates off the car and no, I don't want that. And yet a lot of men that I would date, and as I said, I'm doing this on a straight thing because it's the only way I know how to explain it at the moment. There is a queue for a reading. It's exclamation point join to join, but I believe it's full. But a lot of guys actually view the walking the partner to the car as being polite. And for a lot of other women my age, it is considered polite. I just find it creepy. And that's just me. That's an individual thing with me. I do feel you're going to need thinking time with this person, because there's something about the person with the foreign surname. There's something about them that reminds you of your most recent past person. There's something about them that reminds you of your most recent past person. Okay, I feel it has to do with how they view money. And I've learned now not to say that I'm flat ass broke. But, yeah, don't worry about it. It's information. If you're curious about getting to know a person, if they don't contact you, they've given you information. They're either socially anxious, or they don't know how to communicate, or they don't like you. But the only way to find that out is to ask. Be curious. Don't see things as red flags. There are certain red flags, yeah. If they're aggressive at any point, particularly initially, run. But if a red flag comes up, it could be a miscommunication. So make sure it's not a miscommunication before you label it a red flag. Yeah, red flags are conversation starters. Because we've all got our own ways of communicating. I'm very direct and abrupt. And some people can see that as dominant or whatever. In my real life, I'm the least dominant person I know. Yet I'm straightforward. I shoot from the hip. But if somebody was to see that as a red flag, they'd... Yeah. And I've probably had it where they do. Yeah, well, not worked through. Rain, I get your point. Rain Sunder, I get your point. I wouldn't say worked through. But definitely discuss to make sure it's not a miscommunication. So if a person is not willing to talk about the us part of a connection, that's a red flag. It's like, why don't you want to talk about it? Are you hiding your true intentions? Because I always say my true intentions prior to even meeting them in person. That's how honest I am. It's like, if they don't have the same intention, do I really want to meet up with them? It is looking hopeful, but I feel, Janine, they're going to do something that reminds you of your most recent ex. It's not the ghosting. It has something to do with their relationship to money. No, it's a personal journey for you, Janine. Don't look at it as a yikes. Look at it as an opportunity to grow quickly by addressing it straight away. It's like, if you're in Australia, we don't tip. It sounds rude. However, in Australia, our minimum wage is almost $30 an hour. So we don't tend to tip in restaurants because it comes out of taxes and things like that. So I've tipped in restaurants, yes. But if that's important to you and this person does not tip for good service, address it. So do you always tip so lightly? Or do you always tip so exactly? And I've actually tipped because I've had excellent service during a really horrible date. Where anybody who is any bit empathetic would know that this is a horrible situation, yet I'm still serving them. And so I make sure I tip them because they've had to put up with what I've had to put up with. Even though in Australia tipping is unusual. And yet to me, money, I'd like to win lotto. That'd be good, but money's not the be all and end all. It makes life comfortable in terms of paying for things. But you can be a millionaire and still be miserable. So I feel it's their attitude towards money. And I feel the person with the foreign sounding name is going to move slowly. And that may trigger you. Yeah, they're going to move slowly, purposefully but slowly. Whereas I feel as if the other one's going to rush things. Just know that you can request things to slow down. So that you can take in all of the, in a scientific term, we'd use the word variables. So you can take in all the variables. You know what I'm saying is right, Janine. You know what I'm saying is right. My guide just told me it. That is a question you will need to ask the other person. I feel they might be very attractive, but to them attraction grows. It doesn't automatically appear. They could actually be a Scorpio. You know, born in November. Aries. Mars energy, I'll accept that. But I do see that talking wise is good. Once they start talking, talking wise is good. So yes, be curious about who they are, Janine. I feel that will give you more information. You may have to deal with one or two triggers. Yeah. But does he know why you're nervous? Have you been honest about why you're nervous? Too many people, they get nervous and aren't honest about why they are nervous. Then I bet that's led to questions. And you're seeing the questions as a red flag, and it's not. It's the other person being curious about you. So there's your answer. You got your answer. My guide finally got the deck of cards I needed to use, so that's good. Which oracle would you like, Janine? I've got 13th oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, or Energy and Spirit. You get to choose the oracle. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, I just put light on the situation, so I was too busy messing around with the mic to Law of Positivism. Okay, now this is Shireen Oberg, and sometimes I do argue with the cards. Just giving you a heads up. Just giving you a heads up. Sometimes I argue with Shireen's version of events. And for any of those in the viewers that are in Melbourne, Victoria, stay tuned. I was chatting to a friend last night and some curious things happened during our chat, and we're considering things. So if you are in Melbourne, Victoria, please make sure to stay tuned. And I've also connected with a local musician. So we may be seeing that local musician on stream at some point. Okie dokie. So here we go, Janine. Here we are. Guides are quick today. I am one with the infinite consciousness. This is going to be interesting because I feel as if you will be lifted up by circumstances that happen, and only time will tell. Only time will show you that one. I am one with the infinite consciousness. When we enter this dream of life, we forget the source that we came from and who we are. Just as a raindrop dissolves into the ocean, we can move in and out of this infinite consciousness that is the source of all creation. The remembrance of our oneness to source enlightens our mind and illuminates our path. In ancient philosophy, it is said that the soul forgets there is only one infinite source of everything. Through remembrance, we can start sensing and experiencing this oneness. We are part of the illusion of life, which can be likened to watching a movie through a projector. The reality isn't the movie, but the screen on which the movie is projected. This is the reality we are part of. Another example is when we are observing the seasons. In one part of the world, it is summer, while in the other, it is winter. Just like here in Australia, it's winter. This duality is an illusion of separation, as the earth doesn't distinguish between its lower and upper halves, as we do. What we observe is unique, and it isn't the only way of perceiving experiences and shifting. When we move beyond the senses, time and space, we can merge with all. Our dreams are said to be part of the illusion of life. While deep and dreamless sleep helps us detach from the mind's perception of the universe and body, the last stage of consciousness is transcendence and liberation. And Shireen Oberg gives a practical tip here. Learn and reflect on the 4 states of consciousness: awake, dream, deep sleep, and beyond deep sleep. The reflection will help you sense and experience oneness together with a meditation practice. And I do feel as if there is that letting go of the, as I said, the whole stream was going to have a theme, and the letting go of the outcome, particularly with that card. If we hold too tight onto the outcome, we're not actually living. So live without holding on to the outcome. Hopefully that makes sense for you, Janine. And I feel true answers are revealed in that state. It's almost like divine timing is a message. So no mind state. Yeah. I prefer to think of it as gratitude. If we're living in gratitude, we're not living in what we must have or what we're not comparing. And thank you for that, Janine. Thank you for your healing thoughts. And I will be going forward. It may allow me more time to be on stream. Who knows? And there we go. I need to go to the next. Welcome in, Scorpio Darkness. Last Coca-Cola, you are up. And welcome in, Rain Sunder. Hello, Last Coca-Cola. I feel as if you may have had an emotional week. and it's of not being understood. You're hanging in, okay. But I feel as if you're not being understood, and it's creating emotion. I just stopped in last week to say I wasn't going to stream. I was just too physically exhausted. I do feel as if you're now understanding that that was a bit of a... I don't want to say overreaction, because overreaction would be unkind to your feelings, and I don't want to be unkind. But it's like this week, if that happened last week, this week's a flip around. Land and History Buff, welcome in. So can you understand the 2 weeks being a flip around? I feel as if you're stepping up. It's a bit difficult and challenging, but you're stepping up. Okay, the Empress. Well, I don't need to explain the Empress to you, last Coca-Cola, because, of course. I don't know whether you've had a consult recently, but I feel there may be some early intervention. Well, that was last week. I picked up with the emotional stuff. I hate saying overreacting, because seriously, we're not. Our emotions are real. Our fears are real. But they are something we have to grapple with. And I think you're honest enough with yourself to take on board when it's you and not the other person. So, yeah, I do feel as if there's some early intervention going on here. And okay. Could you understand why my guide is telling me, oh no, not again? Oh no, not again? There's success, so don't worry about it. It's just I feel you've gone through it before. Okay. There's also... There was a... how can I say this? There was a postponed trip that has been postponed again. And it's almost like, are we ever going to get there? Just let me know if that resonates, because I'm picking up you may have approached your person to do some sort of counselling. They just don't get done. Yeah, keep postponing. One of those things actually involves another state or travel. Is it you or your person that is politically passionate? Relocating things to a different house. I can live with that. But is it you or your person that is politically passionate? I'm actually feeling it could be both, but I'm just picking up on one energy at the moment. Okay, then I would actually have a discussion with your person, because I feel as if your person may be politically passionate. And I want to say there's one view they hold strongly that you necessarily wouldn't agree with. And you're allowed to be two individuals within a couple. There can always be that one thing that they have. Okay. There's too much seriousness here. It's as if I need some time out from the seriousness. Yeah, you can live with it. It's like, we don't agree on it, so let's just, move forward. But I feel there's the seriousness that I'm picking up on. And it's like there needs to be an injection of some downtime, some fun time. And I feel as if you have a board game that the two of you used to play. I know board games are old school, but I feel there is one that used to be played. It's sort of been put to a back of a cupboard. Drag it out again. Drag it out again. And because it came from my guide, I'm not changing that board game thing. It's like, yeah, I get that neither of you are, but it's sort of like it's at the back of a cupboard and it's going to get discovered. I'm not changing what my guide said. So, but it's like it's needed. I've actually got two at the back of my cupboard, and I do know that they're there. One is Trivial Pursuit, the original, when it first came out. I used to have Monopoly, I don't anymore. I'm not picking, I'd like to say, oh yeah, I must be picking that up, Last Coca-Cola, but no, my guides are actually showing me a board game. And I had Scattergrease. So, but I couldn't tell you which cupboard they're in. Who knows? In the moving thing, you might discover what I'm meaning. But I can't change what my guide showed me and told me. It's like there needs to be an injection of fun. Because everything is pretty serious at the moment. That's okay. It's to be discovered, last Coca-Cola. As we all found out, if my guide tells me, I never change it. I never change it when they tell me. I feel it'll be a surprise discovery. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I feel as if there may be a task that where something from underneath the house needs to come out, and you've repeated it and repeated it and repeated it ad nauseum. A tabletop simulator, Rain Sunder, that's a good idea, but no, I've seen them, and I've seen my nieces and nephews have fun with them, but that's not what my guide showed me. Okay, no, I'm getting underneath the house. See, I would love to say yes, and how smart would I look if I was right? But I'd love to say yes, it's in the shed. However, I get underneath the house. And I know some under houses are basements. Things that need to go on. And I feel like you've repeated ad nauseum and they still haven't happened. A physical board game is exactly what my guides were saying. So, I feel you're going to have to keep repeating it, because I feel part of what needs to go under the house is a trip hazard. I had an interesting conversation where somebody said the person that repeats everything is actually like Jiminy Cricket. They're not bossy, they're just a person's conscience. And isn't it special when you put it that way? It's special when you put it that way, that you're actually Jiminy Cricket. You're the other person's conscience, rather than putting it in a negative term like saying you're bossy. And so if you think of it that way, that you're your person's conscience or consciousness, then keep doing it. Keep being Jiminy Cricket. So hopefully, last Coca-Cola, that resonates for you. I feel you've been told it could be a month early. I got that you'd had a checkup and there was changes there. You've actually had the checkup already. You've had the information already. Okay, then I'm going to let you sit with your own feelings of what's happening. As I said, I felt a month early, but You never know. So I'll leave it there, last Coca-Cola. That was a bit to read, but I feel there's info in there that's yet to be known. And I do have to go for my walk. So I'll be back as soon as I can. And I've got to remember to turn the mics off manually and then turn them back on again manually. So give me a second and then the be right back will come up. And Dana, hello. Naomi, welcome in as well. And thank you, Wonderosity, for the reminder of the mic. But we're getting there. But yes, I did like the Jiminy Cricket thing. However, sometimes it's not my voice that does it. Sometimes. But Dana, 14 months anniversary. Woohoo! Okay. Now, I believe it's horse-drawn portrait, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. And welcome in for the first time, Wicker. I'm not mistaken. There you go, horse-drawn portrait. I feel as if you've thrown yourself into a passion of yours. And it's given you a spark. It's given you a... I only know the French word for it. Joie de vivre. Zest for life, I think it is. Zest for life. Just let me know if that resonates, horse-drawn portrait, because I feel as if you've really thrown yourself into a passion. And it's good for you. And Love Shines, welcome in. My guide told me turn over the cards. Okay. Turn over the cards. Yeah, it's like the start. The Magician, the start. We're starting major arcana here. This is like a major turning point. I feel as if it's a passion that requires some financial input on your part, purchasing something for it. Sorry, I have to do the be right back. I've got someone at my door. You're back. Was my stream skipping? No, it was just me. Oh, here we go again. It was just me with the... All good? Excellent. Now, back to horse-drawn portrait. It was just a door knocker. Wanting to put the house on the market. It's like, oh, forget that. But anyway, I feel as if there's a financial payout that needs to be made, horse-drawn portrait. It's either like a membership or something like that. Yeah, I get it, Rain Sunder. Just leave a letter or something I can throw out. Yeah, I feel it will be well worth it, but let's see what the cards say. It's a stretch for you is what I want to say, but the cards are saying go for it. Okay. The cards are saying go for it, but it seems to be right at the wrong moment. You'll find a way. Horse-drawn portrait, you will definitely find a way, and you want to find a way. And I know, personally, I know how difficult it is. We're having to stretch our budgets a lot now. Okay, it's needed life-wise. It's needed for your soul too, is what I'm picking up. But I'm also picking up on the holding on to pentacles. And sometimes you've got to let one drop to give yourself freedom of movement. So I feel whatever it is you have to give up, it may not actually be money, but you have to give up something to pursue this passion. Whatever it is you have to give up is going to not be as big a deal as what you think. You do need to concentrate on getting enough rest, because I feel as if this passion that you're pursuing requires energy. And your sleep cycles have not been wonderful lately. And I feel as if I don't know what this passion is. I don't know what the passion is, but I feel as if you're going to rise quickly and start showing others. You're looking at it as a risky move, but I feel as if you will rise quickly and you'll start showing others. It's like go to the top of the class type vibe that I'm getting from this passion. But I also feel as if a dream journal could help you, because some of the dreams you've been having have, in Twilight Zone fashion, played out in real life. And hopefully the Twilight Zone fashion, it's sort of like, I can give you an example. I dreamed about getting a dog last night. Twilight Zone fashion, I go out for my walk, and I went outside for a walk earlier. And in between my earlier walk and the walk I just took, a stray cat has pooped all over the exit to my house. Yeah, but they might be terrifying dreams, but I feel as if in some weird twisted reality, they play out. So get yourself a dream journal. No, if you dream about death or murder, it can be the end of something, but the beginning of something new quickly after. I actually had that dream where as soon as I turned on a light switch, like the house was in darkness, and I was dreaming that I turned on a light switch and got hit. And that was a recurring dream. It's so vivid, I still remember it. It was at least 20 years ago that I had that dream, and it was recurring for about a year. And I didn't know what to make of it because it was a recurring dream. So, of course, they want you to pay attention to it. But it wasn't so much the actualities in the dream. It was actually I needed to turn a light on my life. See, I would actually write that in a dream journal because I don't see it as an evil man breaking in as being the actuality. I see it as your political beliefs are something that may need to go underground for a while because there's other important factors to consider. I feel it's more the state with... I know the United States is very different to here in Australia. And particularly now, it's more divisive than what it has been in the past. I do feel that the evil man represents the quashing of the passion, political beliefs passion. But usually when that happens, because you are passionate about your political beliefs, I believe that you will create a safe space. Do you see how it ties into the dream, but in a really Twilight Zone way? It's like those beliefs still exist and many still hold them. So creating a safe space for sharing and expressing, no, not like a warning. It's like, you know, when there's a... Take it as the evil man being an unseen fear. And so everybody, when there's an unseen fear, they tense up, they quieten down their passions. However, you can still have your passions. You just you be the one to create the safe space. An example I can relate to my faith as a spiritualist. I've been a spiritualist since I was 13. And it used to be held in people's homes. For the first 10 years I practiced as a spiritualist, it was held in people's homes. Because there was that unseen fear of the faith not actually being respected. Even though it was an official religion back then. It is an official religion now. And yet when I first started, it was held in people's homes. Never in a public space. It was within people's homes. It was still practiced. It was still talked about. It was still advertised. But people put up their homes as a venue. So maybe you need to do that. Bring in your political beliefs into your home to shoo out the evil. That was like me dreaming that there was... Because there's no way into my patio area. So it has to have been a cat. And yet I dreamed last night that I bought a dog. I have no intention of buying a dog. But that's how it was. So I would say look at your dreams from a broader perspective than actual. Look at the symbolism behind them. Horse-drawn portrait, I'm taking a stab in the dark here that the evil man would represent your current president. And you feel as if that evil man of authority is trying to prevent you from having your political beliefs. That's just an intuitive interpretation of the dream, but I'd say go for it because life's looking up for you. There you go. You can ask one thing. People hate what they don't understand. You would be safe to return there as a volunteer. Just don't share your innermost thoughts with somebody you don't trust. And hopefully that makes sense. I know we should have the freedom regardless of what our beliefs are. However, that would be totally inaccurate of me to say that. Then if someone makes you sick, don't go back. You've got to work out what's important for you, horse-drawn portrait. Yeah, you've got to work out what's for you. If you feel uneasy around anyone, I always say instinct is a beautiful thing until we have to live with it. And sometimes we start doubting our own instincts. Why not call in one day and see what's happening? Volunteering now, you virtually have to have all your tickets and everything to be able to volunteer in a certain capacity, and it's almost like a job. You have to have a roster. Volunteering never ever used to be like that. It used to be whoever had the time could come and volunteer. No, I didn't see what you were seeing. Horse-drawn portrait? I didn't. I'm a believer that if we volunteer... No, didn't see anything along those lines, horse-drawn portrait. I believe if we want to volunteer in any capacity, we do have universal protection. And I don't have it anywhere near where I can reach it, but I am a proud lifelong member of two Lions clubs, 2 different districts within my state. And Lions clubs, you actually have to pay to be a volunteer. And you have to meet certain requirements as well as pay to volunteer. And I'm proud of them to be given 2 different districts in my own state. I'm 58. And to have already achieved lifelong membership with 2 different districts, I'm ultra proud of that. And even though I don't volunteer with Lions a lot anymore, actually, I'm still welcomed at any Lions Club meeting worldwide because of just the one lifelong membership of a district. I can go into any Lions Club worldwide and I will be welcomed with open arms. So I do believe Lions, it's a community service club similar to Rotary. If anyone's heard of Rotary, it's like Rotary. It's very much like Rotary. And it did begin in New York, believe it or not, by a stationery store owner in 1923. I do feel when we help others, we are protected ourselves. So there you go, Wonderosity. Lions clubs are amazing. Just like Rotary, they still do works. So anyone that does service works or volunteering of any kind is a blessing to society. Okay, horse-drawn portrait. I'll do your universal card. Let's see. Okay, the queue is full at the moment, like cats and puppies. The queue is full, so okay, come on. My guides were being quick earlier with the oracles, but they've slowed down a bit. There we go. Ooh, I like these. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. I like that one, horse-drawn portrait. And I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again, I choose love. We were talking about your dream. I feel that relates to your dream. Don't look at the fear part of it, look at the getting around it part of it. And obstacles are detours in the right direction. So horse-drawn portrait, I love those universal cards for you today. Unless you don't own either a cat or a puppy, and yet you have poop all under your pergola. I used to have a cat. When I first started streaming, my cat would sometimes come on stream, but my cat passed away, so... And I used to train German Shepherds, so don't get me wrong, I'm not an animal hater in any way. Sorry, I'm going to have to refund that like cats and puppies because you can only redeem it if you're in the queue itself. I know there are some other streamers that do it the other way around. But for me, you need to be in the queue to be able to redeem. So I'll make sure it's refunded. Just give me a second and then it'll be refunded. And I'm going to munch on some apple while I do it. And like cats and puppies, you should have your points back already. Wonderosity, you are up. And welcome into the queue, Sinful. And first time in the chat. I can't even get my words around that one, actually. My tongue around it. I've got a mouthful of apple, though. Miami. Myomint. There you go. It's getting my words around things today has been difficult. Meow mint. Ah, thank you for that. Welcome in for the first time. Join in the chat. The queue is still full, like cats and puppies. If someone wants to put the list up, they're welcome. And let's see. Wonderosity. I'm seeing the New Zealand flag. Can you understand why I'm seeing the New Zealand flag? Just let me know, Wonderosity. You have no idea. Okay. I don't either. I just saw it and had to say it. So we'll see what comes up. Okay. Queen of Wands. I feel as if you've had a recent setback. Like in the last... you've been thinking of a new place to move. Well, you're going to have to let me know if it happens to be that flag. As an Aussie, the only difference is the colour of the Southern Cross stars. That's the only difference. But I feel like recently you've had a big setback. Things were going along smoothly and all of a sudden, setback. I feel as if your dream of what you wanted is being challenged at the same time. And I feel as if you're going forward solo for some reason. It's like everything falls on your shoulders. And it's a bit exhausting. You're going to make the right choice. Moving forward, you will make the right choice. I feel there's a toing and froing between reaching out to a past person for assistance or to offer help. I don't know which way it's working. But you felt you've missed being part of what another person offered. Hopefully that makes some sense. It's sort of like, I really didn't think I'd miss it, but I do. Yeah, I feel as if you're reaching out to that person. And I want to say it's been more than the last couple of days that they've been popping into your mind. Yeah, it's been more than the last couple of days they've been popping into your mind. I feel as if it was the other person that moved or the other person left. Yeah. I feel it was the other person that left. I feel as if they're a water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There you go. I've actually seen, like most people who are on social media at all, I've seen clips of where medical workers were asked to wait for the next elevator or the next lift just because they were medical workers. So there was a real divisiveness going on during COVID restrictions. And I don't know why I say that, because I feel like someone worked in the medical field. Yeah, I know. Look, a lot of people didn't follow guidelines. I'm not going to get into that. And I feel as if the person I'm picking up from may not even be this person that cut you off during COVID. Unless there was a romantic connection there as well. If there was a romantic connection there as well, I feel you will reach out. If you can let me know if there was that romantic connection there as well. Just so I can get on the right path here with the cards. I feel more inclined to say it's the romantic connection. The deleting of people, to me, that's childish. But anyway, I feel it's that person that you're wanting to connect with again. It might have been messy, but There were fun moments. And I feel that it might be this person I'm picking up on that actually worked in the medical fields. There was someone that worked in the medical fields. And when I say in the medical fields, anyone that would wear scrubs. Which includes physiotherapists, OTs. Yeah. Let me guess. Green. I saw a green scrub thing. Or what I thought was scrubs, but I can accept if it's green. Green uniform. There you go. I feel you want to reach out and connect with this person, but you're unsure how. I've got the devil at the bottom of the deck. I feel as if there was a real physical connection, but there was a bit of testing each other on asserting boundaries. And I feel the main one that used to come up was gaps in responses to messages, or gaps in gaps in communication. I feel you may have seen it as secrecy. I feel the ready part has more to do with you needing a quick turnaround in communication. And I feel this person wasn't able to give a quick turnaround in communication. There's definitely a drifting back to this person, though. It might pay to reach out again and show that you're a much calmer, curious person. Don't say, oh, you want to hook up again? No. Just be curious about where they're at in life. How's life treating them? Get to know them again. Because as you said, your life picked up and your life changed. So you have to get to know them from a different perspective as well. But I feel there's a desire to reach out to this person, and I feel you will. So hopefully that makes sense, Wonderosity. Instead of the missed, start from new, because you're a different person to what you were when you were with them the last time. and being curious about them, how they are now, because time has passed. We all change when time passes. If you say you miss someone, it's like, if you say you miss someone, it's like you miss the old. And quite often, none of us are still in the old. Okay, I've got 13th Oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit. You get to choose which one. Magic of Unicorns. Okay. This is an oracle I have because a lot of people do like the unicorns. I think it's airy-fairy, but we still get information from it when it gets used. Okay, come on, come on, come on. And one more. Okay. I feel as if it could be something about, yeah, as I said, today's stream had a theme of letting go of the outcome, being curious about the world, but letting go of what outcome you desire. Spiritual warrior, show you are a wise leader, command the universe. So I'm thinking this is going to tell me what I've just said. But this is by Diana Cooper. And we will see what... This is a beautiful card, actually. I'm getting really good vibes from it. I feel like you need to temper your eagerness. It's like when you're eager with something, you go full pelt into the outcome. And there's a need to let go of the outcome. Okay. Now, Diana Cooper says, when you are a spiritual warrior, you are strong, courageous, and wise. You use your power to protect the weak and vulnerable. You are honest and honourable, so that people trust you and are loyal to you. You are emotionally mature because your masculine and feminine qualities are in equilibrium. So gentleness is balanced with decisiveness, compassion with firmness, and serenity with action. You are a natural leader with authority, charisma, and grace, and you empower others to do their best. You are being called to look within and see that you have the qualities of a spiritual warrior. Stand in your power with wisdom. Your unicorn is alerting you that the universe will bring forward an opportunity for you to show your mettle. So be prepared. At this level of spiritual development, you no longer make requests, for you are a leader who commands. So be clear and firm what you want and where you are going. Know that legions of angels, unicorns, and light beings await your orders. Command these forces of the universe to align behind your intention, and they will support you. The unicorns will light up your visions and pour higher blessings over you. You are a force for good. Be one who enables humanity to make a jump shift into the new golden age. And your affirmation is, I act with authority and strength. And one of the things I wanted to point out is that the spiritual warrior is sort of on the fifth dimension. The only mention of humanity is be one who enables humanity to make a jump shift into the new gold age. So sometimes you need to sit back and, yes, manifest what you want. However, detach from the outcome, be a force that allows humanity to join you. And hopefully that resonates. I like that card. I really do. So Wondrosity, hopefully it resonated with you. But sometimes the spirit realm and the universal realms, they can see us as leaders. And if we take what they see and demand it in life, people look at us like we're crazy. We need to encourage others to jump on board that new movement. So sometimes being a spiritual warrior isn't the easiest path to choose, because we have to align with the universe, but at the same time be patient and understanding that humanity, they may need a little convincing, a little assurity that it's safe. So sometimes it requires you to step back. You know, some of the best warriors, I'm thinking of the martial arts training I took, where you're standing still and you're watching the movement of others. You're ready, you're prepared for whatever comes your way, but you know you've got a split second to make the decision, and you can use somebody's aggressive body motion towards you against them. So you don't have to actually be strong, but if they're coming at you aggressively, all you have to do is pull them and they keep going. It's like they've chosen their course. Whereas if you tried to push them and stop them, that's when you get into this struggle, because you're moving in different directions. And I know probably only martial arts people would actually understand that, but it's a very effective self-defense tool. If you've got someone coming at you, you move in the same direction as them. Another example, hopefully it never happens to anybody. If somebody takes you from behind, you fall back onto them. They've chosen where they want to stand. You use that against them. You use their choice against them. They think you're going to go forward. And yes, human instinct is to try and pull away forward. But if you were to fall back on them, they're the one that gets hurt. So, and you get a chance to break free. So it's using somebody else's actions to their detriment, but also in the opposite, you're using somebody else's actions in their protection. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, Scorpio Darkness, you are up. Hello, hello, hello. Scorpio Darkness, I thank you, Wonderosity. I feel as if you'd almost given up on connecting with another person. And yet, yeah, all of a sudden it's happening. I get the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Cups, or in this deck, the Nine of Chalices. I feel as if you might be telling yourself it can't be that good. Okay. Yeah, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's like you're waiting for the trick. And I don't feel there is a trick. Seven of Cups. Okay. Four of Pentacles. I would say, Scorpio Darkness, play it cool. That's what I'm getting from the cards, because I feel as if you don't seem a likely match, but together you make things happen. Tiny Moonflower, hello, welcome in. Yeah, you're not sure how to make it work because they're honest. Their honesty isn't meant to be cruelty. I have to say that. Their honesty is not meant to be cruel. Ask questions. The Sun, the Ten of Cups. I like this. Their honesty is not meant to be cruel. And I feel as if you're dealing with somebody who is time poor. Avoids answering questions. Ask more. Or reveal something that you think they wouldn't like. They're not meaning to be cruel, is what I'm picking up on. The Four of Athames would actually lead me to believe that they want to take their time. And I always find when people avoid answering questions, letting the person know the consequence of not answering a question is helpful. Let's see if I can have an example. I actually said to somebody that if I didn't see an indication of them prioritizing me in their life within the next month or so, that I would leave. Now, I know that's not question based, but I actually gave a consequence and I followed through. So it could be that if they're not answering, ask them, are they intentionally dating? Or what do they expect to get out of the two of you being together? Okay, there you go, Scorpio Darkness. That's the perfect question to ask. Is why do you seem to have so many walls up? And just listen. Let the silence hang. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I said at the start they were new. And it's surprising how it's happened. I was giving examples from my own life because I couldn't think of any. But when you typed in they have too many walls up, that's a perfect question. Why do you seem to have so many walls up? And let the silence hang. Until the question gets answered, there's no other question. And if it's via text correspondence, for example, and they start typing with another conversation, you can let them know you're still waiting on the answer of the question that you put to them. And let the silence hang. If you feel the spark, it's worth starting those boundaries. If you ask a question, you expect it to be answered. Just like you've asked questions of me, you do actually expect them to be answered. Yes, sometimes you might not like the answer, but ask yourself, would they still be communicating with you if there wasn't a spark on their side? But if they're not answering your questions, ever, to me that's, am I communicating with AI or not? And I learned the hard way, believe it or not, through Airbnb. I learned the hard way that there are people out there who use AI to respond to messages that they should not be using AI for. And I thought my questions were actually being, like my messages were actually being read. They weren't. They were just being responded to by AI. I'm very private. Scorpio Darkness, I'm a very private person. And if there's a question I'm not willing to give an answer to, I actually am honest enough to say I'm not willing to give that answer. Just understand that voice can also be AI. So this is where AI, we need to get smarter than AI. No, you've never asked me personal questions that I can't publicly answer. So it's kind of scary, Rain Sunder, it is. It was video chatting with voice. Okay. Then make sure that they do answer your questions. Because you have a voice. Use it, Scorpio Darkness. I feel you get the feeling that you're one of many. Can you understand having that feeling that you're one of many? Not too timing, just let's use the less aggressive part of it. Whenever I date anyone, I'm assuming they're seeing other people too. I feel like you've dropped that assumption of this person also interacting with others. And it's not like two timing. Until you have the exclusive discussion, assume that they are seeing other people. Yeah, there you go. So if they're not answering your questions, assume they're seeing other people and let somebody else deal with the rubbish. And that way it makes it easier for you to be blunt in your communication. And you deserve your answers. You deserve those answers. Okay. Right. Okay, Rain Sunder, as you were typing in the chat a lot earlier, I was picking up that you're here for a relationship reading. Just let me know if that's the case. Oh, your oracles. You've had trouble with that before, Scorpio Darkness. Okay, time for me to get the naughty deck out. Okay, the other one. Yeah, let's get naughty. The naughty deck. It's Exotic Tarot. Exotic Dancer Tarot, actually, but I won't get too technical. Okay, come on, Karen. Get your fingers working. Okay. I just felt the deck was sticky, so I had to shuffle a different way. I feel as if there's... Rain Sunder, can you understand feeling that you may be a little bit young in mind? Okay. I feel as if there might be an attraction to an older person. Okay. And it's almost as if you can't stop your mind from going to directly to the physical. Not quite, not at all. Okay. I'm going to run through what I got. I feel as if you're viewing yourself as not measuring up physically. I feel that there is an attraction to an older person, whether it be to their personality, but I feel as if physical appearances matter. And I'm picking up that your mind is going towards physical appearances. I feel you may have helped this person out. I feel they're in your real life circle. Okay. You made it in, Naomi. Important for you, an important inclination for you. But I feel somebody's kindness, and this is where I get the older person coming in. Somebody's kindness I don't think there isn't. Yes, looks matter. We have to be attracted to someone. However, once we get to know somebody, a nice person will become more beautiful. An unkind person will become ugly. So, yes, we can be attracted to someone, or we can say, maybe. And the maybe, once we spend time with them, they actually look better than the initial nice person. And I feel as if there is an older person around you. I don't know by how much older, that is growing more attractive to you. That's what the cards and my guides have. I'm getting this feeling like you feel like you need to earn more money, or you need to have more stability behind you. Younger, very kind. Okay, there you go. I would say go for it, Rain Sunder. If I got the age wrong, that's fine. If you're the older one, that's fine. I would actually go for it. And there's a feeling like you don't measure up in a financial manner. It's like you need to be more stable financially. You don't want to be seen as a plaything, is what I'm picking up. You want to be seen as a serious contender. There you go. You will be seen as a serious contender by the way you treat this person. So it took a while to get there, but we got there, Rain Sunder. I feel by the way you treat this person, I feel you've actually helped them out. You've talked to them before, so there's nothing scary there. And by the way you interact with them, that is what will seal the deal. And I feel their age might surprise you. Oh, Sinful, you've seen this deck before. This is the naughty deck. It's the Exotic Dancer Tarot. But I feel as if Rain Sunder needed to hear that, because there you go. I feel like you needed to hear it, Rain Sunder, that it will be how you treat this person that is judged, nothing else. And I feel you have a hobby in common for some reason. There we go. I'll put that back on. So that's what I have for you, Rain Sunder. There you go. I feel it's a specific game. Like one specific game. Anyway, Donna, you are up. You're welcome, Rain Sunder. Hello, Donna. Can you understand desiring to change jobs, Dana? Desiring to change jobs. There you go. Tiny Moonflower, welcome into the queue. I feel like once you made this decision, like you were umming and ahhing for a long time, but once you made the decision to move onward, things started happening quickly. Okay, yeah. I'm getting good stuff here, working magic. You're fearful that if you make a move, you will lose out. Not with these cards. I get that that's an inner fear. Yeah. You've spent too much time alone. This job that you currently have is too isolating for you. The Lovers. Okay. We've just come out of Cancer season into Leo season, so I'm not going to say Gemini, but the Empress. Yeah, it's you being too up in your mind with the Moon and the Two of Swords in your headspace. Take action. Because I feel like you may have saved up a good balance behind you. You're a Gemini. Thank you. That makes sense why that card came up. But you're living in your headspace of worst case scenario. And I'm getting best case scenario here. Because I do see from the cards that you are moving on. You've made this decision. You're not going to turn back now. You're a little uncertain about the direction, about whether to sidestep. You just had a job interview today. Can I ask, is this job interview you had today a promotion on what you're currently doing with more time? Like it's like I'm going to a 4-day week from working 7 days a week. But the pay is equal. And title is a promotion. There's success. You've got no promotion. That's okay. I didn't know whether it was a promotion or a sidestep. 6 of Wands. Success victory card. I like the more free time. See, that's why I couldn't work out whether it was a sidestep or a promotion. Because it's like I'm working less hours, but the money's the same. or the money's a little bit more. And considering you're Gemini, I feel like you're making this happen. Sidestep. Considering you are Gemini, you're making this happen. And I feel like the interview you went through to today, you actually do want it. The interview you went to today is the one you actually want. There you go. I can't get an outcome other than to say the reading ended with the Six of Wands, which, let me find the Six of Wands in my Rider-Waite, and you'll actually see that it's the Victory card. Just got to find it. Look, it'll be Murphy's Law. The last card I look at will be the Six of Wands. I should have started at the bottom of the deck, at the top of the deck. No, there we go. Six of Wands, Victory. So just to let you know what it looks like on another deck, it is a Victory card. And on the deck I used, which is the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot, it's actually Lady Godiva. So it's memorable for a long time. Well, that's your final card, Dana. And hopefully that resonated for you. But you've got the Six of Swords moving to the Six of Wands. So it's the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot. As in Raphaella, the painter. Or Raphael. You know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, one of them was Raphael. And they were all named after painters or philosophers. What was it? Donatella, Raphael, Michelangelo, and I always lose the fourth name. Leonardo, thank you, Dana. See, painters and philosophers, they're named after. Each painter was a philosopher. And the same with Raphael. Raphael was a philosopher. Pre-Raphaelite Tarot. I do see success. Chad, welcome in. I had intended to do all my shout outs today, and Chad popping in has only reminded me. So I'm going to do my first one because it's a new channel on Twitch. And I wanted to do it because it's a local one to me. Okay, there you go. It's a new channel on Twitch, and it's the Australian Poker Tour. And most of you all know that I play poker. I have my weekly game that I play poker. And for me, it is social rather than gambling, but it is gambling nonetheless. So if you choose to partake, always be careful. But tarot is gambling. We're gambling that what I'm picking up is correct. You reckon I'm a splinter? Is that what you meant to say, Scorpio Darkness? Just trying to work out what a splinter is. Like, you can't get rid of me. Although I've been told with the therapy I have to go through, I've been told I can't do my roses. Ah, it is too. I forgot that. Sorry, it was my brother that watched the cartoon. And in watching the cartoon, I actually taught my brother about history. So my brother got a history lesson while he was watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes. I actually grew up in my formative years without having a television in the home. How technology has changed. How technology has changed. Okay, I have to do the be right back. I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay. Okay, and thank you for the welcome back, Naomi. And Scorpio Darkness, you were right. It was a food delivery. And Sinful, you are up next. So you like an oracle? You get to choose the oracle. I'll do the read as well, so you get both. 13th Oracle, Vintage Wisdom, Sign of the Times, Law of Positivism, Magic of Unicorns, Energy and Spirit. You get to choose the Oracle deck. I have to put it somewhere so I don't forget it. So I still do the read. And hopefully the sound's okay. Sounds working. Thank you, Naomi. I just think I might have lost Sinful. Sinful, if you can pop up again now that I am back. I still haven't finished my apple. And I know what I'm going to do. So when Sinful... Oh, could have been Scorpio Darkness. I haven't even finished my apple and that was lunch. So I'm sort of getting close to dinner time. And if Simple comes back in the chat, just let Simple know. I'll be a couple of seconds. Just let Simple know I'll be a couple of seconds. I am sorry about that. I had to put the heater on because it's starting to get a bit cold. That's okay. Oh, I got up and walked and stuck the heater on and now I'm coughing. I should have had the heater on a bit earlier. Anyway, Sinful, yes, I know you're there. And it's fine to go and get some water. I'm sorry I had to do the be right back, but when somebody rings the doorbell, I've got to go check it out. Anyway. I feel as if there's an energy here as I'm sick of waiting for people to do the right thing. And I feel the right thing you've determined by what you've seen online. Can you understand that, Sinful? That you're getting advice online? It's almost like I'm watching videos on how people should behave. And I feel this might be in a romantic situation. Like, you know those clickbaity things? If a man really loves you, he'll do these 5 things. It's like everybody's different. You can't generalize. Can you understand watching clickbaity videos or streams or whatever? We've all done it. As I said, I never call anybody out. Yeah, you're sick and tired of people doing the right thing. I feel as if... Can you understand you being the masculine and the feminine rolled into one? Providing, nurturing. You've got the star here, though, and the Fool. You've got the Empress, the Star, the Fool. 3 major arcana. It is going to shift. It is going to shift. And the World. A lot of major arcana. Queen of Cups. I feel that you've been attempting to draw out some of your divine feminine energy. You've got the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Empress. I feel as if you're trying to become a little more divine feminine than divine masculine. It's almost like you're praying for it. But yeah, you've got the Wheel of Fortune as well. All these major arcana. I'm glad it's making sense to you, Sinful, because I feel this is a pivotal moment for you. With all the major arcana here, I feel like it's a pivotal moment for you, but I'm not quite picking up on where this fits in. Okay. It's definitely your emotional future. Can you understand trying to build a legacy? Trying to have a legacy to leave? Because I feel as if you're wanting somebody else to step up as well. Whether that's the other side of you. And Temperance. You've got too many major arcana here for this not to be a pivotal time in your life. I feel as if things have started turning in the positive for you already. But you're going to add your own magic. And just to let you know the feeling I'm getting from the cards, it's like I want to slap someone upside the head and say, get off your butt and do something. So whether that's what you're saying to yourself, I'm not sure. But if it's not yourself, it's definitely another person in your real life. Yourself. Okay. Now's the time to do it, Sinful. With all this major arcana that's in this reading, this is like a pivotal turning point. With the Wheel of Fortune heading this read, it's a pivotal turning point in your life. And with Temperance there, you can create magic. And I feel like you've desired to create magic, but no one's ever glowed you up before. Ace of Cups on the bottom. Okay. Glow yourself up. Because I do feel as if anything's possible. You are taking action. And I do feel there might be a little slowness to it, but it will eventually take off. And I feel like it's equal divine masculine, divine feminine, but you're trying to get more of the divine feminine in yourself. Now, did I get an answer on the oracle? Okay. You just have to let me know which oracle you would like. Sinful, 13th oracle, vintage wisdom, sign of the times, law of positivism, magic of unicorns, energy and spirit. My choice. Vintage wisdom. Why not? Why not? I couldn't choose. My guide wasn't helping either, so I just took the card that I liked the colour of. Because I do feel as if this is... It's as if you've found something that aligns with you. And it's almost like I get the feeling, I'm impressed to say that I'm starting to feel again, and it's about time. As in, you've shut yourself down for so long and now you're starting to feel things again. There we go. Abundance. Oh, this really does ring into the read, doesn't it? The whole abundant energy I was getting at the start. Let's see. This is by Victoria Moseley. Very English Victoria Moseley is, so don't usually argue with her, but we'll see. Abundance. Here we see a depiction of Pomona, the Roman goddess of abundance and harvest of ripe fruits and fields. She is adorned with all manner of wildflowers and forest flora, as if to celebrate the yield of nature's bounty. Butterflies dance around her, representing transformation and lightness of being. We can all relate to the wonderful feelings of contentedness when abundance bestows herself upon us. It can be felt physically with the harvesting of material success or good health, mentally in fruition of an idea or dream, emotionally by finding new love, or spiritual through expansion of the soul. This card calls you to reflect upon the abundance already in your possession. Be thankful for all you have and be open to receiving more goodness in your life. It may be your turn to enjoy the fruits of your labours and the harvest of hard-earned efforts. Or perhaps you are currently looking for ways to increase the flow of abundance into your life. From a practical perspective, decluttering helps you value what you already have and creates an empty space so more abundance can flow. Forgiveness plays a vital role in decluttering the emotions. By releasing the past, we liberate ourselves. Feed from the gravity of the weighty karmic efforts. We reconnect with the light. Abundant flow of unconditional love. How wonderful. Gifting and tithing are known ways to increase the flow of prosperity. Now is a favourable time to establish a healthy balance between giving and receiving. In this materialistic age, it is common to mistake the measure of success and worth through possessions of money and status alone. There is nothing wrong with aspiring to have lovely things or to create the security and opportunities that money can buy. However, Western values generally encourage focus solely on the outward physical manifestation of abundance. We can be guided to find healthy balance by focusing inwardly to discover spiritual riches available to us in every single moment. Our divine nature expands far beyond the horizons of the material plane alone and has the power to banish fear and grant authentic peace regardless of circumstance or status. These are just some of the fruits and bounties to be discovered as we journey home along through the highway of life. In whatever form, may abundance in all its glory be yours. That was wonderful. I loved that card. But I feel it ties in with your reading so well. And it's why I shuffled the cards on camera. And no, I don't take flip outs. I just tell my guide to tell me when to stop. So I feel like the message for kicking yourself up the butt, telling yourself to get a move on, is so apt that now is the time. Oh, thank you, Sinful. Hopefully it resonated with what you're going through as well, but you never know. Thank you for the hydrate. And I think I'm going to have to do this today, actually. There we go. Okay. And Naomi, you are next. Okay. Naomi, I feel as if you resonate with the chakras. Can you understand why I'm picking up that? You're not sure? Like the throat chakra, the heart chakra, the base chakra, the sacral chakra, the third eye chakra. I feel as if you're trying to find your voice. You're trying to find out a way of saying something. Okay. Yeah, you're trying to find a way of saying something. And, okay. I feel as if you may be a Scorpio, because I've got the equivalent to the Death card and the Tower. All in one. They came out both together. So just let me know if you're Scorpio energy. Okay. No, that's fine because it's still a water sign, so I can work with that. But I feel as if there's been a shake-up or a move recently, as in the last 6 months. And throat chakra, just to show you that I wasn't making it up, it did come up in the cards. There was a move or a disconnect from a person in the last 6 months. I get the stagnant feeling. Okay. Can I ask, is this best friend in the spirit world? I just have to ask the question from what I'm being seen. She's alive. Okay. She's Scorpio. I feel that you've tried to mend bridges with this friend. However, it hasn't happened. This friend is prideful. Can I ask, was the disconnect around your birthday? There you go. And my guide wanted me to say, it was before. My guide wanted me to say, such a self-absorbed Scorpio. Can you resonate with that? A self-absorbed Scorpio? Okay. There's not very many of them, I can tell you that. But wrong timing is what I get. And too proud to acknowledge wrongdoing. They were missed at your birthday. And I believe you had a celebration for your birthday. And they were missed. I feel they missed being there. I get a suffering in silence. They're giving themselves their own punishment. There's so much pride, but they're giving themselves their own punishment. I believe there will be a reconnect, but it'll be at least 12 months. 12 months from the separation to reconnect. For you, there's positive movement forward, but you need to use your voice. So Naomi, just know that you've got positive movement forward at the moment. You need to use your voice. You need to express how you feel about certain situations. And I don't mean with this friend, because I feel like they're punishing themselves. Okay, universal card. They're punishing themselves. I just have to create some space. There we go. Oh, this could be exactly the same. No, it's not. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. And I recognize that I have chosen fear. And I choose again I choose love. So if there was a fear of moving forward without this friend, choose again and choose moving forward because you love yourself. Okay, so I'm glad it resonates with you, Naomi. And just know this person's putting themselves through worse punishment than what you could. I know it's still hurting for you, but they're putting themselves through worse punishment than what you could. Okay. Tiny Moonflower, you are up. Now, I've actually got to work out. You're welcome, Naomi, and all the best moving forward, but speak up. I feel your friendship is a gift. Hi, Tiny Moonflower. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit of uncertainty and second guessing yourself about the topic of success. I feel as if you're measuring your success on others. You know, oh, others have got this many followers, others have got this many subscribers. Whereas I feel like a month ago you were on the top of the world because you were successful in your mind. And it's only by comparing yourself to others that has dropped. Can you understand that, Tiny Moonflower? It's comparing yourself to others that your success has dropped. Just a yes or a no at this stage. You thought you were successful. Even 12 months ago, I want to say you thought you were successful. Don't let others... Trust me, a lot of other people lie. Yeah, you're being thrown off your purpose because of what others present. I do feel as if you're wanting to know if somebody you've connected with is the one. Three of Pentacles. I feel as if you're wanting to know is somebody who I've connected with stable. And I want to say they don't even know the answer to that question. As far as success goes, it may seem to have hit a plateau or a standstill. You need to keep soldiering forward because remember, you measure success based on ego. So based on the devilish side of our person. We've got an angel and a devil within us all. Success is measured by the devilish person. The angelic person is the one that does the work. So start measuring the success by the angelic person. And this is all within one person, by the way. It's not two separate people. That's a side thing to read. But I want to say there is an attraction going on and the person doesn't even know themselves. Well, there you go, Tiny Moonflower. My guide said you need to let the angelic side of you measure success. Because the angelic side of you measures longevity as well as a whole other series of factors. And I can tell you now that the people that have got all these followers on, you pick a social media, like I'm streaming on Twitch, but you pick any social media. The ones with all the followers, etc., I bet you their diary, other than their social media content creation, their diary is as empty as anything. Like, I'm using myself as an example here. I'm on Twitch. I have 740 followers on Twitch. I stream once a week, but my diary is booked out. And I feel like you're the same. Stop measuring yourself to what others are doing. Yeah, word of mouth actually still spreads faster than any online presence. So please let the angelic side of you assess success or determine success. And hopefully that resonates, Tiny Moonflower. But there is a person there as well that you're attracted to. And thank you for stopping by. No, thank you. The queue is empty. And Tiny Moonflower, I could sit here and I could publicly speak. But unless I have viewers, how can I do readings? So it's all the viewers that make up the readings, which are essentially channel co-creators. They don't realize it, but they are. And, oops, let's see. Come on, Karen. Oh, why does it do that? Okay. Okie dokie. I like doing this rating a newbie. And we'll see what you guys think of it. And you can give me your feedback just so I know for future times. Because there's been some that have asked for money and, well, I don't like that. But I shall see you next week. All things going well. Bye for now.